Hi, I'm Angie. Welcome to RV 360 by National Indoor RV Centers, where we have all the details on the latest coaches. NIRVC is a trusted resource with RV lifestyle specialists who are here to help you find your dream coach. NIRVC also supports you well after the sale with storage, service, and detailing. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to show you the all-new 2025 Entegra Aspire. Now, once you've watched your video and you've done all your research, I'm going to give you a couple of assignments. First of all, make sure you comment below. Let me know what you think. If there's something else you'd like me to show you in the video, I'd love to know that. Also, the most important thing I want you to know is that once you've finished watching, give me a call at National Indoor RV Center so I can help you find the perfect coach for you. We want to help you. I don't just do these videos for the fun of it. I love to educate and help everyone, but I would love for you to give us the first shot at earning your business. So let's look up at the very top. We've got our marker lights across the top. Then we have our first of 4 cameras. So this is going to give you a bird's eye view of your coach when you're driving down the road. I'll get to show you that at the test drive portion of the video. Also, I want to let you know that if there is something that you want to skip ahead and see, I do have everything in chapters. So I want you to watch the whole video, but if you do want to skip ahead, there's no penalty. All right, then we have this gorgeous windshield. So I love that it even wraps around the corners. So your trip really starts once you sit behind the steering wheel and you hit the road. Like, you should enjoy the getting there as much as being there. And you definitely will with this great view, kind of your motion picture movie screen of this beautiful country. Then right here in the center, a lot of people think that's Mobileye. Actually, that is your rain sensing windshield wipers. So they'll automatically go on, just one of those things that you don't have to worry about as you're driving down the road. Then we've got our great LED headlights, our C lights here, which are just, it's kind of the marking of Entegra. They even changed their branding so that it shows those C lights. And then the beautiful backlit Entegra across the front of the coach. Here are our chrome exterior mirrors. Now, your mirrors are your saving grace. They are internally controlled, except the bottom portion, the convex portion, you'll need to get in the driver's seat and then adjust those when you've got someone at the rear of the coach, so you make sure that you have a good view of the back end of your coach, or the back side of your coach. I like to use those mirrors when I'm turning to make sure I'm going to clear the curbs. So even though you have that 360 camera, I always rely on my mirrors. You also have the blind spot monitor indicator in the mirror, so that's going to alert you, as well as a red bar that goes across your 360 camera when you're inside. Marker light and turn signal, and then your first marker light for the passenger side of the coach, and your blind spot monitor for the front half of the coach. Check out the beautiful exterior of the Entegra Aspire. This is the Crimson Ice exterior. There are 7 other options for you to choose from, and if you need to tweak it just a little, give us a call. We'll help you with that as well. So there's a few ways that you can get into your coach. Obviously the key, and then you have the key fob. Now the key fob is really nice because you do have the lock and unlock for your doors. As you approach your coach, you can hit the unlock button and your patio light's gonna go on, and then you can hit the light just below that and your docking lights will go on. So then you'll be able to see all the way around your coach. If you're concerned about something, or if you're, scared at all, you can hit the alarm button. It's super loud. To be courteous to everyone around me, I'm not going to hit that, but hit that, I promise you, everyone will know that you need help. To turn that off, you just hit the unlock button. And then we have the keyless pad, so you can put in your own unique code. That way you can let the family in when you're not here, or if you need to let a service technician into your coach, you can easily do that with you being away from your coach. Right below that, we have our docking lights. Those are super important as you're pulling into or leaving the campground. You'll be shocked at how picnic tables, tree branches, fire hydrants, signs in the park, things can just jump out and grab you. So any light, to light the area around your coach so that you have perfect visibility is really key. And then we have the fuel fill for our 150-gallon diesel fuel tank on the passenger side. You'll also have that on the driver's side, so it is dual fill. Standard on the Aspire are the Michelin 315 tires. So again, you want that wider tire to give you more of a cushy ride. The wider the tire, the softer the ride. It also comes with the AccuRide rims. Now, one of the things I want to talk to you about, super important, National Indoor RV Centers, we are all about tire safety. And one of the things we truly believe in is RetroBand. It's a run flat device made specifically for RVs, for the weight of RVs. We tested it with our founder and the also co-founder of RetroBand. So they were actually driving the Cornerstone when we blew a tire at 70 miles per hour to see how this would perform. It's a product that I think everyone should have for the safety and for their longevity of the RVing lifestyle. The Aspire comes standard with the Girard entry door awning and then the big Girard awnings that are integrated into the coach, makes it look very bus-like, and they're just super nice. Along with that, we have the dual pane tinted windows. I'm gonna go ahead and extend our awnings now. So we have a remote control, and you just wanna scroll through. This will bring out just the first awning. That's the second awning. And then if you go to 00, then you can bring them both out at the same time. So I'll just hit the out. Here come our awnings. These do have LED lights along the rim of the awning, and they do have shake sensors. So if a big gust of wind comes along, they will automatically retract. Now, as far as awning safety goes, I like to always be outside around my coach if my awnings are out. Once I head out to leave for the day, or if I'm gonna go run an errand, I'll usually run those back in, and it's so easy and simple. They also have that extra little Nova pitch, so you have extra shade. They do a great job. Now that we've got our awnings out, we can go over here and pop open our TV. We have a beautiful exterior TV from Samsung that we can bring out. We can tilt it so we can direct it away from the glare of the sun. We have our outdoor speakers, 2 available 110 outlets. Then we have our radio control so we can play our radio here. We can bring our dash radio out so we can have XM radio. You can Bluetooth to it, or you can just have the TV sound. Then behind the TV, we have 2 more additional 110 outlets and USB outlet. So now you can see with your TV, your awnings, your shade. It's a perfect environment for hanging out with your friends, having a tailgate party, and then when you're done, you just simply tuck the TV right back into its spot. This is a 42-inch TV, and since I am a little vertically challenged, we've got a little extra stick here. We can just hook the door with, and then we can easily tuck that all away. Note that we have the push button doors, no handles, so it's easy to open, easy to shut, and we have the backup here. If for some reason we lose electricity, we can easily use our key to unlock our storage compartment. So our first compartment is a nice big compartment. Now, this is where you get a refrigerator freezer. Once you jump up to the Anthem, you can put one in yourself though. They do have a 12-volt receptacle if that's something you like to do. We have a little spot here to hold our remote for our Girard awnings. Then we have our slide motor for our slide room. Now this always has the brake applied, so it's when you give it power that the brake releases and you're able to extend and bring your slide back in. The slide motor is a 12-volt motor, so what does that mean for you? Well, it's great. In the event that you don't have power or you're having a problem with your slide, you can pull up your tow vehicle, grab your jumper cables, attach them to your batteries, and then attach them to the slide motor wires and bring that slide in and out. You can do that on any of the slides. Next compartment is our pass-through compartment, and we have a manual tray here. This is nice. Let me just give you some idea about your storage space. So your opening for this compartment is about just about 25 inches wide. Then when you're doing your pass-through height, we have about 17 inches for pass-through height. You do lose a couple inches when you have the pass-through tray, but it sure makes things easy. So you can just lift that little lever here, pull out your contents. Super easy to get to everything. Now, one of the things I want to mention is new for 2025, Entegra is no longer doing the central vac. So I think it's actually great. I've never loved the big long hose. So now you have a vacuum you can put in your rear closet, you can bring it outside, vacuum out your basement, vacuum out your tow car, and then vacuum out your entire coach. Now you may be wondering what this little device is for. This is for your window awnings. So you're just gonna loop it through here, and Entegra has given us, it used to be a lot harder. I used to spend a lot more time trying to get that loop, but they've given us kind of a little rubber grommet in here so you can easily just slide that in. And now you have your window awnings out. In case you don't have your big Girard awnings out, it's really nice to have that shade inside the coach to keep it cool. And the nice thing about the window awnings is that there's a 3-point connection there, so they're much more sturdy. So I don't have a problem leaving these up when I leave my coach. Now, once we push that in, I wanted to also point out we have two 110 outlets, and we have our airline quick connect here. So if you need to air up a bike tire or an inflatable raft, you can do that there. If unfortunately you're needing to be towed for some reason, that is where they can connect, the tow driver can connect and air up your suspension really quick. Now also right underneath this tray, there's some area here. I've seen people put brooms, paddles, you know, RVers are great at using every little bit of space available to them. We have our second camera and passenger side security light. Just below that, we have our second marker, and that will blink with the turn signal. So again, that's a great indicator for the cars that are driving by you. And now we have our second pass-through area, just no tray. So you can see how much extra height that gets you there without having the tray. Also notice your X bracing. So X bracing is what Entegra adds to the chassis to add rigidity and strength. So it's gonna take the beating from the road, not the house. You may be wondering what's inside this little case here. So Entegra thinks of everything. For their passenger, it's really nice if you don't have to look through a screen while you're driving down the road. You have that beautiful windshield in front of you, you have that nice big window to the side of you, and then you can just add the screen once you get to the campground. It just pops right in, super easy to secure, and then they've got a nice little cover for it when you're not using it. Entegra also gives you extra tiles in case you ever need them. Hopefully you won't if you ever pop a tile inside your coach. All right, so right inside here, first thing up is our solar controller. So solar panels come standard on this Spire. This is the controller. And right here are our cutoffs for our leveling jacks, house power, battery link, generator, and fender compartment. Now, these are also resettable breakers. So if for some reason you can't get your generator to come on, you may want to come back out here and make sure that that is turned on. But if you are storing your coach somewhere other than National Indoor RV Centers, where we store at least 300 coaches at each of our locations, fully plugged into 50 amp service, so we don't have to worry about batteries dying, full valet service. If you're storing it elsewhere where you're not plugged into 50 amp service, you want to make sure that all those disconnects are off. Your inverter disconnect is off, your chassis and house battery disconnect is off, so you don't have any parasitic draw. So right here behind these panels that you can't see, I keep forgetting to tell everyone, is where the batteries, your house batteries are. So they're in the center of the coach, the weight's evenly distributed, so it's really nice, and they don't take away from any of your storage, which is great. Right here in front of me is your inverter disconnect. So again, remember to make sure that's turned off when you're storing your coach if you're not plugged in. And then if you look up between the chassis rails, that's where your inverter is. I love where Entegra puts that. You can't pack too much around it. You want to make sure you always have room for it to breathe. And then you'll notice here that we have a vent. So this is a heated compartment, so you have to worry about it freezing when you get into colder temperatures. And then you have two 110 available outlets. You also have a little port here where you can put your cord through, so you can shut your door, keep all the critters out of your coach. Now behind this panel, you have a lot of the fuses for your coach. They're all nicely labeled, And then you have your batteries where your chassis and your house batteries come together. When you press that battery boost button that I'll show you when we're inside the coach, this is where your batteries tie together. Here's the blind spot monitor for the mid part of the coach, and then we've got our last big compartment here. So not a whole lot of space in here, but behind this panel is where your freshwater tank is. So you have a 100-gallon freshwater tank. This is where you would do the gravity fill if you needed to put in potable water. You do that here, or if you wanted to disinfect your tank, you would do that there. I also love that you have the window here so you can see, eyeball the tank level as well. And then right below the tank is where you would drain. This is the drain for the freshwater tank. Now, don't just disregard this space, because I've seen RVers get very creative. Extension cords or rope, you can just Velcro to this wall here and use that space, because you probably have like an inch and a half of space there. So you know what? I know that you'll find a way to use this space wisely. Second docking light for the passenger side of the coach. Then we have our DEF tank, 15-gallon DEF tank, diesel exhaust fluid. Couple things about DEF, it doesn't like sunlight. It does have an expiration date, or it has a shelf life of about a year. So if you're buying it at Walmart or at AutoZone, just make sure you check that expiration date. And then also inside here, you have the air line, so you can bleed off any water or moisture in your suspension. And then if you, again, need to be towed, this is where you can manually fill your suspension tanks. Here's the vent for our dryer, and then our last marker light and our last blind spot monitor for the passenger side of the coach. This is also going to pick up the tow vehicle blind spot as well. Then inside here, we have our chassis batteries. So chassis batteries, very easy to get to and change if you need to. Power management system, so your fuses for the back half of the coach, your disconnects for your batteries, your air dryer, your fuel water separator, and your fuel filter for the engine. And then we have the automatic engine door cover, so we can just hit that up and our engine door will raise up. Really easy, you don't have to wrestle with that. Finally, to the engine compartment. I know some of you have been waiting just for this point. Now, I want you to know that there's insulation all throughout this compartment. Again, that's going to help keep the inside of your coach cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. Then we have our coolant here and the little window here, so you can make sure that that is full. Remember when you go to fill this that you don't want your engine to be hot, or you could burn yourself, so be very careful with that. We have our hydraulic oil casket here, so you can fill that here, and your dipstick. Then we have our engine oil fill and our engine dipstick, transmission fill and dipstick. Down here we've got our secondary engine oil filter and our engine block heater. So you can just plug that back in there. This is your indicator that you are way too far north. If you're needing to use that, you need to go further south. Your coach has wheels, so get on down to the southern area where you don't have to worry about the cold. At least that's how I want to travel. And then we've got our air filter minder. When that gets up to this line here, you want to make sure you change your air filter, and then here's your air cleaner. Now the ambient air is going to come up through the little ventilations there up at the top corner of your coach. It will come in through there, go through the air cleaner, filter, and then into your engine. Check out the beautiful rear cap of the Aspire. So we have our marker lights up top. We have our rear view camera that also contributes to the 360 bird's eye view as well. And then the backlit Entegra, I love that. The high brake light. You have your C brake lights here in the back. And then down below, remember that the Aspire comes standard with the 450 horsepower turbo diesel engine, sits on the Spartan chassis, has 1250 pound-foot of torque. So really that means that you're going to be able to easily tow your F-150 truck or your toys that you want to bring along with you. No problem, you're not going to feel it. Here's the receiver. the 7-way for your tow vehicle lights, and the safe haul or airline for your tow brake. And we have the beautiful Entegra mud flap. As I come around the driver's side, we'll have our first blind spot monitor for the back end of the coach and your tow vehicle, first marker light, and then we have our side radiator. So that's another thing that comes standard on the Aspire. The great thing about that is what we just saw in the back of the coach. You can have full access to your whole engine for service, for repairs. So that's really one of the great things about a side radiator. The other thing is Entegra has designed these louvers so that they pull in the ambient air so that it's cooler. That makes your fan work less hard. That gives you a little bit more horsepower. So that's really nice. And then just as far as side radiator or radiator maintenance goes in general, you just want to kind of keep those the radiator coils clean. So if you've been driving a lot, you'll know what I'm talking about. A lot of debris will stick to those. So just grab your garden hose, put your thumb over it, and then just gently squirt those coils off to keep them clean so that it's working efficiently and your fan's not having to work as hard. Now right here is the DEF fill for the driver's side of the coach, a locked compartment, so that's nice. We've got our windows, we've got more window awnings here that we can take down, our docking light for the driver's side of the coach, and our second blind spot monitor for the midship area of the coach. And just below that, we have the compartment for our stinky slinky or sewer hose. I love that Entegra gives us a separate compartment for that so we can keep it tucked away nice and neat. And then we go right into our wet bay compartment. So here we've got the water filter for the full coach, and this is the little ring that you can take that filter off to change it when you need to. Now the front spray port, that was new in 2024. This is great. You basically have a hot and cold water line to the front generator area of your coach. So when you get to your campsite, you can get a hose out, attach it to the little spigot. I'll show you when we get up there. And then you can spray off your windshield, your front cap, get rid of all those pesky bugs. Love that. And then below here, we have our hot and cold exterior shower. So if you want to wash off the pets when you get back from the beach, or say you've gone on a hike and everyone's all muddy, you can wash out outside and not track that into your coach. Here we have our C2 tank monitor, so you can check your battery life, your fresh tank, gray tank, and black tank. And then you have your T-bars for your black tank and your gray tank. Your macerator, you can turn it on from here. And now we have a tilt button, so we can actually tilt the coach so that it gives us a better angle when we're dumping our tanks. We can turn the light on and off from here. And then we have the fill for our freshwater tank and our city hookup, our black tank flush and our gray tank flush. And you've got diagrams of how you need to turn those levers so that you're doing it the right way. Your hose reel, it's automatic, so you can pull out that water hose and then you can have it automatically go back in. It also threads through this grommet here so that you can hook up your water and then shut your door so no critters get in. We have a spot here for soap or gloves and then paper towels. So when you're doing that dirty work, you can get all cleaned up. And then you can remove that panel. So if you need to do a gravity dump, you would hook up underneath the coach with this elbow right down there. Here's your SantaCon or macerator system, and then you've got the mana block system here so that you can turn off the water to a specific area if you're doing a repair. So if you're repairing the kitchen sink, you can turn off the water to the kitchen sink but still have water to everything else, which is really nice. You also have a drain here in the center so you can squirt this whole compartment out and let it drain out. Here is our fourth camera that contributes to that 360 bird's eye view. And then we head into our aqua hot compartment. So right here you see the exhaust, that is for your 400 diesel aqua hot. Now that's going to be your on-demand hot water and your furnace when you drop below, like 30, 32, 35 degrees. This is where you fill your propylene glycol when you need to do that. And then there's the fuel filter for your aqua hot. Here's the display panel for your aqua hot, and then we have our RV power protection transfer switch. Now this is great for one time. So I always recommend having another surge guard protector. You can put one at the end of your 50 amp shore power cord, or at National Indoor RV Centers, we can install another one into this bay so that you are always protected. It's like having extra insurance. It never hurts. We have your cable inputs, 2 110 outlets, and then our 50 amp shore power cord. Again, we can push that through the grommets, then shut the door. And it is powered, which you'll really appreciate. I promise, if you've ever wound one up on a cold morning, they're dirty, they get heavy, so that just makes it super nice and easy. Our second marker light for the driver's side, and then this is our big pass-through compartment. So just look at all that space that you get. The other thing I like about this particular compartment is even when your slide room's out, you have a lot of area that you don't have to even duck below the slide room to get into. Just make sure you always watch your head. Those corners can really get you. Now your pass-through tray on the driver's side, you see that you can bring that out just as far, just like it does on the passenger side. And one more big compartment. Now this is the compartment where most coaches you'll see the house batteries. So again, you get that full compartment now because your batteries are in the middle of the coach. The other thing that you're gonna love back here is that they have prepped this for a water softener. Most of my RVers like to add the water softener so they don't get the spots on their shower doors or on their faucets or on their front cap when they go to wash it off. Now it's prepped and ready for you. And the other thing that comes standard on the Aspire, see, do you keep hearing that? So many things come standard, is Starlink. So behind this are the controls for Starlink and your Girard awning controls. Dual fill for our diesel fuel tank on the driver's side, our second docking light for the driver's side. Now we have the compartment. Now this is the exhaust for your generator. Just watch that when you extend your generator. Here's the T-bar to release the generator. Your front fuses for the front half of the coach. Your equalizer jack system, so you can just power it up here. Auto level, retract all. When you do auto level, when you have 4 solid lights in these corners, you're level. When you're ready to go and travel, hit retract all. You can turn the lights on in this compartment. And again, I'm sure you'll find other things to store in this compartment. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the T-bar so that I can open that front cap. Also notice we've got our last marker light and our last blind spot monitor for the front half of the coach. Inside the generator compartment, you can see our wussy horn right here. Then we have the windshield wiper fluid. And then down here is where we connect that shower hose so we can have the hot water or the cold water to the front cap, rinse that off, rinse the windshield off. Then we have our 10,000 watt Awning generator. And you can see the hours here right on the front of the generator. You can start and stop it. If you need to reset the generator, this is where you do it, and this is where you add the coolant. Also really easy to get to if you need to service your generator or add oil. Add your oil right here, and here's your dipstick. Over to the left side of the generator compartment, you can see the condenser for your front dash AC. Now for my favorite part, let's go check out the inside. As I walk into the coach, there's a couple of things I noticed right away. Great grab bars up top and down below so you can easily get in and out safely. There's a drawer in your first step. I like that to keep the dog leashes, maybe an extra pair of slippers or shoes, gloves, just things that you need to get to when you're outside the coach quickly. And then we've got the battery disconnect right when you walk in the door, so you can hit that when you off when you leave or turn it back on when you come back in. Your step power button. So once you're camping, you want your step to stay extended, so you want to turn that off so that it just stays out and you're not needlessly running that motor back and forth. And then we have the step light. So again, another little safety feature that you're going to be able to easily get in and out of the coach, seeing where you're going, which is nice. Then we have our control panel. We have our master light switch, which is a favorite of mine, so you can turn everything off right here at the door. You don't have to go back and check any other lights. And then you have your cargo doors. You can unlock those from here. Your security lights, your awning lights, your entryway awning, you can extend it and retract it and then turn the lights on and off on that. Your cargo slide out lights and your porch light, you can do all right here at this panel. And then you've got the button to extend your step cover for when you're traveling right here. Now you also have your fire extinguisher. Now that's great. You've got one here in the coach, but I don't think one is sufficient for this 45-foot coach. So make sure you go and check out Protang. It's a fire suppression system that's sold exclusively at National Indoor RV Centers. If you know anything about us, we only sell products that we truly believe in. So this is one of those things that I think is important for your safety, your family's safety, your pet's safety. Go check out my video. As I step up into the cab area, let's go over what's in the cabinets up front. So first we have the AC overrides. These are important if for some reason your Vega Touch isn't working or if you can't get the ACs on, this is going to override everything else. So these will stay on until you turn those switches off. Then we have a second place that you could take your slides in and out. So your kitchen slide, your super slide, vanity slide, and your bed slide. And then we have our Winegard over-the-air antenna. So you just turn that on. You'll lock onto local stations. It's just as easy as that. Then we have a nice big compartment here. We've got our Winegard Traveler satellite. Just make sure that you've always stow that before you take off for travel. Additional or available 110 outlet. And then you have your TV lockout here. So that is so that you cannot watch TV while you're going down the road. I have had customers that have change that so that they can throw their Waze up here or their GPS so they can watch that while they're going down the road. We don't recommend it, but it can be done. Then we have the 32-inch Samsung TV, another big compartment here, and you'll see that we've got 4 110 available outlets. Also, you're going to see this Trimark programming switches. This is for your key fob and for your cargo bay locks. Now, if you're having problems with either one of those, make sure you are speaking with a technician from National Indoor RV Centers or Entegra if you're doing anything with those switches. And then last but certainly not least, we have our power control center. So this is everything that's running off leg 1 and leg 2. So you have 50 amps of power coming in on leg 1, 50 amps of power coming in on leg 2, so you have 100 amps of power. Compare that to a 30 amp coach, you only get 30 amps of power, period. This you have 100. Everything in this box runs off either shore power or generator, and then everything in this box runs off your inverter. So it's going to run to the inverter, up to the box here, and then to the device that it powers. Welcome to the beautiful interior of the Aspire 44R or Romeo. Now I love this floor plan. This is your bunkhouse floor plan, but don't discount this floor plan if you say that you don't need to sleep extra people, because there's other uses. I have lots of customers that use a bunk floor plan because they travel with their pets. They want to have a place for their kennels. They can use those in the bunk. Or we have people that just like to travel with more, they want more closet space. So you can use those bunks as extra closet space. So come through, look at this in this floor plan with me before you make your mind up. Now, the one thing I really want to point out though, is there's something missing this year. So 2025, the big change on the interior is there's no more carpet. So I just feel like it makes your coach look that much bigger because there's no transition to carpet from the tile. It just looks amazing, easier to keep up clean. So happy that Entegra did that for us this year. So super excited about that. Next thing I want you to notice is just the beautiful finishes. So this is the Stonewall Gray cabinetry, and then we have the Dove interior package. You have other options to choose from as far as your leather and your wood goes. So let me show you some of those. You'll see the leather options. This is the Biscotti, the darkest leather option. This is the Dove option, which is also on the sofa. And this is the Gardenia option. Then you have the Auburn wood, the Dove, Almond, and Stonewall Gray. So I've turned the captain and the co-captain's chairs around to give you additional seating. So with this setup, you've got the sofa with the 3 seats. You're also going to have a bed under there. And then we've got our booth here. I've extended the table, but I can tuck that away so you can have a booth for 2. So again, if you're just using your coach mainly for the 2 of you, that's really nice. And then I can extend the booth so that you have a nice big booth that will comfortably seat 4. So with these chairs, just wanted to show you also that you also get the recliners. So that's really nice. You can sit back, recline. From the captain's chair, you have a great view of your TV. So just a nice little option, giving you that extra seating. So down below the co-captain's chairs, you have 2 110 outlets. You have those on both the captain and the co-captain side. Plus we have a nice little spot here for our drink. And then right above here, we can turn on the porch light, the entry light. We have the master light, on and off switch, and then we can turn this panel light off completely if we don't want any extra lighting in the room. So here from our sofa, you can sit back and relax. We've got the ottomans so we can kick up our feet. Now they do have dual purpose too. I can also take off that top and store items in there. I could set it like that. I can put my drink on there if I want. I also have a spot for my drink here. So 2 ottomans, 2 storage devices if you'd like. And then we're gonna have 2 seat belts in the sofa. And this is gonna make into a bed. So, and take off the cushion here. Another nice feature that Entegra adds is this extra cushion. So if you've got a tall person, you may not want that back there. If you're a little bit shorter, on the shorter side, this is an extra cushion, which is nice to have behind you. And then you can use it for your bed too once you make it. So now you've got a pump that you'll just hook up here, plug it in right there, blow up your air mattress. You can add back your little cushions here to give them a little extra pillow. Great sleeping area straight across from the TV. Let's check out the storage that we get over the sofa. Nice amount of storage there, not divided, so that gives you that extra space to work with there. And then you've got 2 110 available outlets on each side of the valance. Love the valance, the way it tapers. And then when you sit down here to watch the TV, you've got the TV lift for your 50-inch TV. Then you have the sound bar above the TV, really nice, looks great because it's all built in. And more storage. So adjustable shelf here on the side, 2 110 outlets for charging your devices, and then you've got another big storage compartment there, which is really nice. Do you have the table extended? Let me just show you how easy it is to just make it a booth for 2. Super easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and extend the table and extend the booth so you can see that we can get more people here. I'm just going to lift this lever here and it pulls right out. So I get my extra cushion. It's got a little strap there so it's easy to hold, and then it's got little bars that you just place over so that it secures nicely in place. There it is. Add your cushion. It's as easy as that. I did the same for the other side, so you see that you can have great seating for 4 people, very comfortable, right across from the sofa and the ottomans, all set up to go. And you have a little bit more storage underneath the table. As I walk into the kitchen, lots of kitchen counter space, which is wonderful. And we can even extend that counter space so we have even more. Love the solid surface. And then we also have the full extension drawers. Entegra is always good enough to give us a little paint sample. So if you have a little chip, you can fix it yourself. If you have a little bit bigger chip, make sure you come to National Indoor RV Centers. We have total artists when it comes to the exterior paint. They can make it look as good as new or even better sometimes. So if you want, you can go check out my paint and body video, give you a little bit more information about what we do. Up behind the counter, we have more storage here on both sides of the countertop. Kitchen window, and all the shades on this Spire are manual, but you know what? They always work as long as your arm does, so it's not a problem. More storage above. We've got one pull-out tray, which is nice. You can get to the very back contents there. Storage above for the cooktop cover. So if you're not using your induction cooktop, you can store that up there. Nice little place to put that away. And then we have our microwave convection oven. And moving over here, we've got a great, beautiful little reeded glass kind of china cabinet or liquor cabinet. We've got a place for wine glasses here, beautiful backsplash, more counter space here, more storage, and a wine cooler. Here is the Furrion induction cooktop. So any pan that a magnet will attach to will work on this cooktop. Then we have our single bowl stainless steel sink with our sink covers. Love the sink covers because you can just cover up everything that's in there if you don't have time to do the dishes. Filtered water, residential faucets, nice stainless steel sink. Here's our flip down with the garbage chute, so you can just throw things right in here, go into the garbage can, and your little container for like your sponges and brushes. This is another favorite cabinet of mine because you have a nice big garbage can, extra space around it, and then you have the perfect space to put your sink covers right in there. They fit nicely so that they're not going to rattle around while you're traveling. It's a nice secure fit, and then they shut right there. Next up is our big drawer. So we've got all the guts to our microwave convection oven in here for now so that they don't make noise while we're going down the road. But this is a great big drawer for all your utensils. And then below that, standard on the Spire is the dishwasher. Now, if you don't want the dishwasher, you can delete it. Some people don't want it. I do because I don't want to be the dishwasher. But you can delete it and you can get 2 drawers there. So that's another option. Next to the dishwasher, we have our little pull-out drawer here. And then as far as outlets go, we have 2 available 110 outlets here, 2 here, and then 2 at the far end. All right, across from the kitchen, we have huge amounts of storage here. Now this can be your pantry, you can use it for clothes, whatever you want, however it works best for you. Adjustable shelves, which is really nice and deep. You've got your subwoofer down at the bottom, and then you've got your AV compartment here at the very top. You've got your matrix box, which will, you can select where you want the input to go, and then your Sony Blu-ray player, your cable inputs, and additional 110 outlet. More storage, really nice pantry space here. So pull out shelves and then they lock into place, but full extension. So you have 1, 2, 3, 5 of those shelves. So great storage space, pantry space, and then we've got our refrigerator with the French doors with the lock on it. You're also going to have a lock on your freezer, which we have on. So you just take that off. Now it can open up. Those locks are super important. If you're new to RVing, then one of the things that you must have is a checklist of the exterior of the coach and the interior of the coach before you leave on a trip. I have my trip checklist. If you want to get a copy of that, just email me at Angie@NIRVC.com. I'll be happy to send that to you. Or you can watch my RVing 101 series where I start a trip from the very beginning till I get to my destination. You can see how I do everything from the start to the finish. So that is very helpful for new RVers if you're doing your research. 2 more 110 available outlets. Just around the corner, we have our CO2 alarm. Now, if that starts beeping at night, it's constantly little beep, annoying beep, it's letting you know that your voltage on your battery is running low. So you may want to check that. Fire up your generator and make sure you're plugged into shore power. And then we have our smoke alarm here. So the Vega Touch is one of the things I love on this Spire. It comes standard. Speaking of things that come standard, almost everything comes standard on the Aspire. That's why I love Entegra. They're very easy to place your order because you only have to make about 5 decisions: your exterior color, your interior color, your floor plan, which satellites you want, and yeah, let's think about it. So it's a 450 engine, standard, 10,000 watt generator, standard, heated floor, standard, dishwasher, standard. All these things are already packed into this coach at a great price, and then you get the bonus of a 2-year warranty. So it's a no-brainer. Let's go over this Vega Touch. Super easy to use, very user-friendly. I'm on the home page here. I've got my master light switch for the interior of the coach and exterior of the coach. Then I can control my kitchen fan here, low, medium, high, exhaust or intake. I've got the temperatures of each part of the coach, front, mid, and rear. So you've got your 100-gallon fresh tank, your 62-gallon gray tank, and your 41-gallon black tank on the 44R floor plan. You can turn your water pump on here, lock and unlock your entry door, lock and unlock your cargo doors, giving you your house battery readings. You can enable or disable your auto gen start here. Then you can start and stop your generator here. You also can turn on your aqua hot burner or your aqua hot electric. You're going to have on-demand hot water, which is also your furnace once you drop below, freezing. And you can do that burner. I typically turn the burner on when I'm going to take a shower. I use the electric aqua hot for just washing my hands or doing a quick, rinse of dishes and stuff. Or you can turn them both on to have more heat quicker and longer. Then you've got your generator hours, and then you're showing how much power you're bringing in on line 1 and line 2. It's also letting you know here that you're plugged into 50 amp shore power, that the auto gen start is disabled, your inverter is in the power assist mode, and the charger is in a float charge. So now we go to more in-depth information on your electrical page here. Again, it's showing us that we're plugged into 50 amp shore power, letting us know the flow of that power. So from the transfer switch, to the breaker box, to the inverter, up to your house batteries, and then it's giving you the level of your batteries as well. Start and stop the generator, enable or disable your auto gen start. Then if you go to your electrical settings, this is where you can set the triggers for your auto gen start. So let's say that you want it to trigger when it gets below 11.8 volts, and then you can set the run time. Let's say I want it to run for 20 minutes. So it's super easy to customize this page so that it will trigger when you want it to. Also, you can set your quiet time, when you want it to run and when you want it to stop. Then you have your solar controller, so you also get solar panels standard on the Spire. This is going to let you know the volts, the amps, and the watts that you're bringing in from your solar panels. And then it's also going to let you know how it's charging your batteries. Bulk charging, 13.3 volts, 4.2 amps, 55.4 watts. And then it's going to give you the history. So today, only 8 amp hours because it's kind of cloudy outside. Yesterday it was 24, 2 days ago it was 25, and 7 days total it was 450 amp hours. Then we'll go to our light page. So this is really self-explanatory. All your interior lights you can control from right here, your exterior lights from right here. Anything that has the up and down arrow, it means that it's dimmable, so you can dim that light. And you have your master lights for the interior, your panel lights. So if you want to turn this whole panel off, if you're very light sensitive at night and don't want this on, you can turn it off here. And then your exterior lights. Here's your temperature control, so you can set each section of the coach, front, mid, and rear. Set those temperatures, make sure they're right where you want them. cool, your heat pump, your aqua hot, or just set it to auto. Your storage bays, your basement is also is heated, so you don't have to worry about that freezing. So you can adjust the temperature here, turn on your aqua hot burner or your aqua hot electric, and then your floor heat right here. These are your slide room controls and your awning. So let's go to our slides. You can see they're all color coded. So orange, yellow, purple, and red, and then they coordinate over here. And then your awnings, you can take those out from here, your door awning, your front awning, and your rear awning. Get to your settings page. So you've got diagnostics here for technicians at National Indoor RV Centers if you need that. It's letting you know your floor plan. Adjust your screen brightness. Cleaning mode, if you need to wipe this down, you want to go into cleaning mode so that you don't activate any of the buttons. And then this is the easiest one right here, one of the things that I love. So download the Mirror app on your cell phone, scan the barcode. It's going to ask for, it's gonna scan and locate this Mirror ID number. Click that on your phone. Then when it asks for a PIN, you put in this PIN, and then you're gonna have all the functions that you could do on this panel here will be available for you to do off your cell phone. So that's really neat. It's just wonderful. Makes it super easy. Then below here we have the Victron Energy. So this is going to give you the information on your inverter. It used to be up here in the Firefly system, but it wasn't always accurate. So now your inverter is Victron, and now the panel is Victron. So you can pick how you want to look at the information. Basically, it's going to show you the grid of power, where it's coming to, going to storage, your AC loads, and then where you are in your DC power. So again, you can decide how you want to view that information, but it's very accurate, straight from Victron. So now we're heading into the midship bathroom, which is going to have your shower on the 44R. I also love that this has a pocket door. When you shut the pocket door, you're going to have a full-length mirror on the inside of the bathroom. So that's really nice. You can check out your full outfit. Then you've got these beautiful, nice mirrors once you walk into the bathroom, and they have the medicine cabinet behind them, so lots of storage. And then we've got the fuses here that are nicely labeled for us. Of course, the window, and those are just pull shut. I love having a window in the bathroom just because get some fresh air in here, especially if you're showering, to let something that steam out. You also have your fan in here that you can control from this remote right here. And you've got your light controls and the water pump control on the panel just inside the door. Spot for a hand towel. Then you've got your solid surface countertop, residential faucets, the integrated sink, 2 110 outlets, the push button controls for your porcelain toilet. Got our little flip down on our sink, plus a nice storage area below the sink. And then we've got another spot for a towel here. This is a 30 by 40 inch shower, so plenty of room, nice and big in here. You can flip down the shower seat if you'd like. Also, I wanted to talk about the AquaView shower miser. This is going to save you water. So no longer do you have to turn on your water, wait for it to get warm, needlessly using your fresh tank and then filling up your gray tank. So this, you basically recirculate the water until it's warm. So right here, you're going to turn this little knob over here to where it's got the little recirculating arrows. Then when this bulb lights up, go ahead and turn the knob back this direction, and you're going to have water coming out. So you've got the fixed faucet, and you've got a little knob on there, so you can either have the water coming out the fixed faucet or the handheld wand, and you can adjust that height as well. Also, just notice the beautiful tile in the shower, very residential. Love the little details they've added here in the Aspire. We also get the skylight here, so I can't even reach the top of that skylight with my heels on, so lots of room for our taller friends. Next up, we have our bunk rooms or storage rooms or area where you can have dog crates. Lots of options here with our bunk beds, and I just like the way Entegra does that. Look how that door opens, nice and easy, quiet. And then you've got 2 bunk rooms. So these bunk beds are 72 inches long by 28 inches wide. So easily I could sleep on them, no problem. Nice and comfy. You've got the pad here, plus the slats there to give you a little extra cushion when you're on them. And then you've got 2 24-inch TVs inside here, a little storage compartment with a flip down so you can shut that up and lock everything, or not lock everything away, but you know, cover everything up if you want to. 2 110 outlets in here and another available 110 outlet behind the TV. So let's go down to the bottom bunk. Nice big space here. 1 available 110 outlet behind the TV, and then 2 more below. Again, a little compartment here that has the little door that shuts. Then if you lift up your bottom mattress, there's a little hiding place here. So nice secure place that you can put things that you want to just tuck away, or if you want to store, you know, kid stuff here, or you know, it just kind of disappears. No one really knows it's there. Now, to show you how you can use this in other ways, you've got a little bed lift here. So it's only used by the key. So once the key is on, you can lift that top bunk up. The light will automatically turn off. And now if you look below here, you've got a wardrobe bar. So now you can make this an extra closet. You also have the little attachments for your curtains, so you can have privacy in there, so you can shut that off. Storage above, wardrobe below. Lots of options for this bunk room. Obviously you can use it as bunk room, but so many other things you can do with it too. So if you are carrying extra goods with you, if you're going to craft shows or whatever and you need more storage, this may be the perfect floor plan for you. As we walk into the master bedroom, a couple things I want to point out. First of all, this is our thermistor for the midship portion of the coach. That's going to communicate with the thermostat to keep you nice and comfortable at the temperature you've set it at. And then if you look down below here, we have another thermistor. That is for your floor heat, to keep your floor heat at the right temperature that you want. And we have a pocket door as we go into the master bedroom, and we've got a full-length mirror in the master bedroom on that door. So love those pocket doors and the mirrors. Then we have storage here, so you can get into the little compartment here that you have in the bunk room. Again, I told you that shuts if you want to shut it, and then more storage below, and then more storage below. So finally, to the beautiful master bedroom, we've got the king size bed. Again, this is the Dove interior package. Love Pat's pillows. I actually love that headboard with the leather on the headboard. Just looks really nice. Notice the beautifully tapered valances, so you're not going to hit your head on those. And then we're going to go with the storage above. I'll open those cabinets for you in just a second here. Ceiling fan. You don't get a ceiling fan with every manufacturer, but Entegra always gives you one, and the control is under that cabinet. So let's take a look at the storage that we have here. So great storage, no dividers, 2 110 outlets up there, and then right below that cabinet, or right below the cabinets, we've got the control for our ceiling fan, and then we can control our lights, courtesy lights, reading lights, our accent lights, our overhead lights, and our bathroom lights. The entry door we can lock and then unlock, and then we can turn off the panel lights so that those lights aren't glaring at you as you're trying to sleep. You've got the reading lights on either side. Those are push button control, and you can direct those to wherever you need them. Again, we've got windows on both sides of the bed, so you can get that cross breeze if you're up in the mountains, or if you want to hear the ocean outside your window, you can easily open those up. Nightstands on both sides, and actually room to get in between there and make the bed without breaking your nails or catching your rings. And then below the nightstand, you've got 2 110 outlets on both sides. Now you're going to notice that there's no USB along with the 110 outlet. Couple reasons. pretty much universally, everything is going to USB-C. And then they found that the USB was quite a draw on the batteries. So they've taken those out. You're just gonna have to use your little cubes when you charge your devices. And then you've got storage below. More storage below the bed. That's on a nice little struts there. So it's very easy to open and shut. And then speaking of the bed, we have a nice pillow top mattress that we get with the Aspire. So across from the bed, we've got a great wardrobe set up. You're gonna see this in almost every one of Entegra floor plans because it works so well. First of all, I want to point out this solid surface here. Again, when they've gone to the no carpet, they gave us that solid surface. I think it looks great. Matches the rest of the solid surface throughout the coach. And then we have our nice little buffet area here. You're going to have wardrobe area, well, you know, closet space on both sides. Adjustable shelves here and the same over here. Adjustable shelves, our Entegra bag with all of our manuals. Then up top, you're gonna have your AV cabinet with your Sony Blu-ray player, your cable inputs, all that's right there. And then we have nice drawer space. One big drawer here in the center. And then a more shallow drawer for some of the more dainty items or jewelry. I love that. And then we've got the Bose soundbar. Up above, we have the two 110 outlets, of course, our window, and then our 32-inch Samsung TV. And this opens up. So there's a little lever back here. You just squeeze together to release that TV. We've got our safe and then extra space, an available 110 outlet. And then, of course, behind the safe, you've got more AV components coming together. Thermistor for the bedroom, and then nice beautiful mirror for the bedroom. So notice all the beautiful details that you get in this Spire bathroom. First of all, the closet doors, I love the detail there. Your backsplash, love these mirrors here. And my favorite thing about those mirrors is the medicine cabinet that's behind them. So much storage. Solid surface countertop, integrated sink. I love that you have a lot of space on that countertop so you can put your makeup bag down there. Hand towel holder here. And then we've got the remote for our fan. Controls for our lights and our water pump. Two 110 outlets. And then let's check out the storage here. So we have the flip down, a nice sized drawer. Another drawer, another drawer. Great space there in the center of the cabinet, and then two more drawers. Of course, we're not done yet because we haven't even gone into the closet. So great closet, lit when you open up the closet doors, wardrobe bar, plenty of space for all of your clothes. Behind our last door, which slides, you don't pull it open. Make sure you slide it, are our washer and dryer, or washer and dryer. Splendid, they work great. And then we've got another window behind us, push button controls for our porcelain toilet paper holder, and another towel holder. And fan right above me. I always like to show the floor plan with the slides in, so you can easily get back to the master bedroom to sleep if you need to, and you don't have to extend the slides. It's a little bit tighter through here, but you can easily get to your bunk beds. So you just open the door, it clears, full access to the bunk beds. And obviously, most important, full access to the midship bath, so you can do shower or, you know, potty stop here. Plenty of space here. Get into your pantry, your refrigerator, full access to the kitchen, to this pantry, and plenty of room even to get through the front without walking sideways. All right, so we're finally to the cab area. First of all, let's cover these nice captain's chairs. So leather chairs, and then we've got the powered forward and back, up and down, rear, and in the front. Basically, you can get them just perfect where you like them. This will be your footrest control for when you're in the living room position. Then you've got your lumbar support, and then you can adjust your backrest here. Now on the other side, you're gonna have a lever that you just lift up barely to turn the chair into the living room position. So super easy. You'll have the same levers on both chairs. Then for your armrest, you've got a little lever right inside this little slit here that you can hold to adjust and make sure they're nice and comfortable for you as well. And then notice for 2025, we've got the headrest that you can adjust. So for our taller friends, you're going to be comfortable while you're driving as well. Okay, here to my left, we have the tag dump. I am always going to keep that in auto. It works beautifully. The only time I may take that dump the tag is if I need extra weight on my drive axle, if I'm stuck in mud, or if it's slippery on snow, something like that. Otherwise, keep it in auto. You can start and stop your generator from here. Battery boost is when you're going to tie your house and your chassis batteries together. Say you come back from a long day of shopping and your coach is dead. You want to tie those two, the chassis and the house together. Start your generator, let that run for a little bit, and then start your ignition. This is going to be your saving grace. You'll love that button. And then we have our dome lights for up above. Cup holder. Great little spot here for our cell phones. It just fits right in there, so it's not going to slide around while you're driving. And then you have the transmission controls for your Allison transmission, reverse, neutral, and drive. When you push the minus and the plus together, you're going to be able to get the readings on your transmission, your oil temp, oil life, filters, trans health, no codes. And then here is where you switch to go into economy mode. Just above that, you have your USB charging port, and then you have another USB charging port and 12-volt port below. Parking brake, pull to apply, push to release, and then we have our light switches here. Just below that, we have the pedal control to adjust the steering column. So just press that pedal, and then you can put the steering column right where you want it. So this is where you can flash your high beams. Say that you want to let a trucker know that's trying to pass you that it's safe to pull in to your lane. You can just flash your high beams to let him know he's safe to pull over. You can turn on your cruise control here. So you turn it on here. It will light up in your dash there. Push set when you get to the right speed. Resume and cancel. Now, the quickest way to air up your coach, or a quick way to air up your coach, if you're in a hurry like I am, you can start the coach, hit the cruise on, and then hit resume a couple times, and your RPMs will race up. You'll see them, and it will air up your suspension faster. Then we've got our horn here in the center. Make sure you always have your air horn on. You have your marker lights, so you can blink your marker lights. This is, again, if a semi has let you pass him, you've pulled into the lane, he told you it was safe, you may just want to blink your marker lights to say thank you. Then you have your windshield wipers, so you can turn them on and off here. You have high and low option, and you have your windshield wiper fluid and your air horn. Over here in the center, we've got our screen view. So right now we're looking at our miles per hour and our RPM. I can switch that to I have my navigation on, or I can switch that to my 360 camera. Then I can go to my home button here, and it's going to take me to my trip one information. I'm just going to scroll through that information on the bottom left-hand corner of my screen. So I've got my trip information, my tire pressure, and if I click into that, it will also give me the temperature. Easy Steer is the computer aided driving assist that if you have a strong wind that's pushing against the coach, or if you have a camber to the road, it's going to automatically adjust for you. So you can decide if you can click into it and you can, make that assistance greater, or you can make it less and then just click right in. Easy enough. Suspension and leveling, so you can do your air leveling, travel, or auto level. Then you have your accelerator position. It will let you know if you have a lead foot or not. And then you have no messages. Also here, you have source for your audio options, and then you can seek and scan from your radio here. Here's your turn signal control. So right and left turn signal. You can also flash your lights. And right below that, if you want to turn on your emergency hazards, you just pull that out, and then to turn that off, just use your turn signal and turn it right off. Then above that, we've got the little paddles here on the steering column, so we can answer or hang up a phone call. And then this is our engine brake. So we click it on, low, medium, or high. On this side, we have our volume control and our mute button. All right, so this is probably my favorite display. 15-inch, really clear. Let's go to our cameras first. You can see all the different views that you can go to. That's just your 360 view. Obviously, this is going to be much better when I have my slides pulled in and I'm on the road. But you can see the different views that we have here in a campground. So my favorite view is when you go to the full screen 360. So you just hit that. Now, when you're driving, you can see the full 360 view, bird's eye view of your coach when you're going down the road. Really nice. I'll show you that when we do our test drive. All right, next up, we've got our audio. So whatever box you highlight is what you're going to be controlling at the moment. So audio, you can choose your source, Bluetooth radio, USB, Sirius XM, EQ settings. These are your presets. And then you can go to advanced where you can adjust your equalizer. Then we go back to our climate. So this is to recirculate the air inside the coach. You can set your temperature, the direction that you want the air to flow, your fan, and then turn on your AC. Your shades, so you can control your driver's night and day shades here from the front. Then you have your mirror controls, so you can adjust your exterior mirrors and turn on the defrost, set memory settings for driver 1 and driver 2. Pedal controls, this is where you can adjust the pedals. So if you want to bring those out, if you're a little bit shorter, you can adjust those. And then you can go to your cameras. GPS or nav system. Then you can do your leveling here, so you can do your jacks, auto, manual, or your travel. Travel, manual, auto, and then go to your jacks. Phone, you can Bluetooth your phone to the coach. Dome lights, badge lights, docking lights, accent lights, your interior master on and off, and exterior master on and off. And then your badge and accent lights for outside, you can have an automatic shut off time. So lots of Entegra owners like to have those show off sea lights on. So you can set a time for those to automatically go off at night to be courteous to your neighbors. You have your utilities. This is going to control the front AC, your entry door, lock and unlock, cargo, lock and unlock, generator on and off, auto gen start on and off, and your slide step cover. So you can extend that from right here for your guests once everyone's in their seats. Then you can go to your settings. If you scan this with your phone, you'll get your firmware and infotainment manuals. Your TV out, so if you want to have your TV on when you're not driving, you can turn that on right here, or you can throw up your navigation or your cameras. Bluetooth, your settings, customize your screen, control the brightness, or reset it. Here are the manual controls for your fan, your heat and cool, and your direction of the fan. And then you've got a nice little locked compartment here if you wish. You can throw in keys or whatever you need. Just super nice to have that available to you. Here in the co-captain's chair, I have all the same buttons that I had on the captain's chair, super comfy. Then over to my right side, I've got my cup holder and my own little control panel, so I can control the radio, the driver shades and the passenger front shades for day and night, the volume control, lights, master interior master light and exterior master light, and then the dome light, temperature control, and settings. Right behind that, I've got the HDMI port and USB charging port. And then just behind that, I've got the two 110 available outlets. Right in front of me here, I have a nice little storage spot with two available 110 outlets. So now it's time for the fun stuff. It's time for the test drive. Now, if you've never driven a Class A diesel, don't be afraid. Basically, the best advice I ever got was just don't be in a hurry. So take your time. Your turning point is the center of your front axle. That takes a little getting used to, but seriously, you're bigger than everyone else. You can't hear anyone else. Take your time, enjoy the ride, and I'll give you little pointers as we go. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my blinker here. I can look in my camera. I can see everything around my coach. I can watch that 360 bird's eye view. As I pull out, you can see how I do. Oh no, don't grade me. But you can see that I am going to be just fine as I pull out onto this 2-lane road. And like I said, just take your time. They're so much fun to drive. The first time I got to drive a Class A diesel, it was my great idea. We were at an RV show downtown Dallas, and I said, why don't we have a test drive coach here? We should really have one. So we went back to get one, and we go to leave the dealership, and they're like, well, you're driving it back. I'm like, no, I'm not. I've never driven one before. So I did get to drive it back. Everyone watched at the dealership as I pulled out of the dealership for the first time to see if I cut the curb a little too tight, and I didn't hit the curb that time. And then I white knuckled it all the way down to Dallas. So I will never make any of my customers learn how to drive that way. I have a nice little park by our dealership. We'll take you over there. But really, it's the best way to fill out a coach. Make sure it's the one that you want, and you'll absolutely love it, I promise. The other thing that I learned when I was first driving, in fact, that first trip down to Dallas, was if I heard once, I heard it like 1,000 times. Hug the left lane that you are driving in. So don't always drive in the left lane, but hug the line of the left lane that you're driving in. Everything bad happens onto the right. The camber of the road, more broken up road, street signs, tree limbs. Those tree limbs can be super expensive. If you happen to hit one, you'll probably need to come visit us at National Indoor RV Centers and go see our paint and body department, where we will take care of you and make your coach as good as new. So once I get on the freeway here, I will put on cruise control. That's when you really just get to sit back and enjoy the ride. You've got cruise control to help you. You have easy steer, computer aided driving assist, so that if there's a strong wind pushing against your coach, it will automatically adjust for you, and you don't have to worry about that. So one of the things that I really like on these big Class A diesels is that you do have an engine brake. So you want to have more stopping power when you've got this much weight. So right here on the steering column, I can go ahead and turn that on, and then I can select from high to low. Now I've got it on low. Now when I take my foot off the brake, it's going to start slowing the coach down automatically. I don't have my foot on the brake. It will almost bring me, well, it will bring me to a stop eventually. But I love that it's right here on the steering column, easy to get to, and I don't have to think about it when I need to brake. So a lot of buyers are like, they get into this new big Class A diesel or new motorized coach, and they're like, I don't know what to do. We don't know where to go. I know that's hard to believe because there's so many amazing things to go and do and see. And I truly think that RVing is the fountain of youth. The longer you do it, I just feel like people stay young, active, they're seeing new things, they're learning new things. So AIM Club, which is our all-inclusive motorhome club, is a club that we started so that we could get to know our customers, that we could hang out with them and have fun, and we could help provide them with unique experiences in their coaches. So our team is tasked with going to new locations all the time around the country and then delivering an experience that you may not get on your own or may not do on your own. When we were in Louisiana, we had the Louisiana School of Cooking come and set up 36 cooking stations, and we got to cook gumbo and pralines. When we were in Colorado, we did whitewater rafting, horseback riding, side-by-sides. Just, you know, they find little great activities wherever we are, and we have such a great time. You get to meet new people. We get to hang out with you, get to know you better, and it's always great fun. So make sure you check out our AIM Club, aimclub.org. And when you buy from us, we cover your first year's dues. It's not a lot, but we do cover it. So you are a member if you purchase with National Indoor RV Centers, or when you purchase from National Indoor RV Centers, you are automatically a member of AIM. So if you know me and my videos, I always like to do the decibel reader, 59.9. So, you know, Entegra always touts that it's the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market today, period. And I'm gonna have to go with 59.9. It's just about as quiet as it gets. Now, I don't have any AC running today because it is a cool day, but they are so quiet, I don't think it'd make much of a difference. So now that I am on a road with a few more lanes, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my cruise control. Typically at National Indoor RV Centers, we don't really recommend you driving over 70 miles per hour, just to be safe, tire safety. But now I can just sit back, enjoy the ride, absolutely love it. So there's only one way for you to experience this and find out what it feels like to drive a Class A diesel and test drive the coach you want. Come to National Indoor RV Centers and make sure you mark your calendars for June. Every June, we'll be having our Music City Motorhome Expo, where we will introduce the new model year product from all the major manufacturers, and you can test drive the coaches there. It's a 3-day event. It's a VIP shopping experience like nothing you've ever experienced. You'll absolutely love it. So remember that for June. I hope you've enjoyed my walkthrough of the 2025 Entegra Aspire 44R. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how much this lovely coach would cost you. Well, current MSRP is $696,076. So if you want to know how much I can sell it to you for, much less than MSRP, make sure you give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers, where our RV lifestyle specialists are ready and waiting to help you. We want to make getting into the RV lifestyle very easy, fun, and exciting, because that is what it's all about. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less with National Indoor RV Centers. We do financing, we take in trades, we do consignments. We will make it easy and fun, I promise. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. And then make sure you go to our website and check out the Music City Motorhome Expo. It's a VIP shopping experience like none other. If you're planning on buying a motorhome, make sure you check that out. Also check out my retrobound video and Protein video. Thanks so much for being with me today, and have a wonderful day.